So let's go ahead and make a confidence interval. We're going to use a confidence level of 99%. We're going to assume sigma of 2.6. I have some data here, 20 values. I actually created actual normal data, but then I rounded it because I didn't want to write that many digits down. And that happens quite a bit of the time when you're recording information. You only keep a certain number of decimal places, and sometimes not very many at all. So there we go. If that was like high temperatures in the summer in some location, you might not be able to get a more accurate measure than up to individual degrees, even though the actual temperature probably varied normally in that time period. So there they are, 20 values. X bar is 99.2, n is 20. I want to make a confidence interval, which is x bar plus or minus z star sigma over root n. For 99% confidence, z star is 2.576. So I just have to take all the values and put them in place. So here's x bar. X bar is the sample mean. It's 99.2. You stick that there. Z star is 2.576. It goes there. Sigma is the population mean. They have to tell you what that is. We said it's 2.6. And here's the sample size 20. You've got the square root of the sample size sitting here, square root of 20. And then you recognize, well, that's shorthand for an interval where the low side is 99.2 minus 2.576 times 2.6 over the square root of 20. So you have to be careful when you put that in your calculator. Let's see how that would look. So you go 99.2 plus 2.576 times 2.6 divided by the square root of 20, like that. And if you want to be safe, you can put parentheses around there to make sure everything goes according to plan. You have to be careful when you write square root of 20. Ordinarily, there's parentheses on the square root that have to be closed to make sure it comes out right. But here, even if you do things wrong, most of the time you'll get the right answer for the confidence level. And then, if you want you to type that into your calculator once, if you hit, what is it called, second enter, it'll short your process, second enter, and then you can replace that plus sign with the minus sign and not have to type all that stuff again to get the other endpoint. Okay, so that can save you some effort. So second enter just retypes what you put before, and then you just take the cursor and the arrow keys and scroll over to something you want to change and just type right over the top of it a new thing. So you just move your cursor to here and hit minus, and then hit enter again. It'll evaluate this with a minus sign there, so you can do both of these pretty easily. Alright, we are about halfway through, I guess. Oh, I was going to say the actual mean of all that data was 100, so it's not too surprising 100's in the interval. It happens 95% of the time, so we'd have to do this lots of times to find a time when 100 wasn't contained in the interval with a sample size of 20. That size interval contains the true mean most of the time.